With Marion's with the Lower Shore Land Trust. She's their stewardship coordinator, yes. Right? And Megan is with the Eastern Shore Land Trust. And you know, a lot of folks that own conservation lands could be impacted by this as well. And I just wanted to give you guys the opportunity to say anything that you thought might be appropriate to this group.
Sure, yeah. We're really happy to be here. And I am the stewardship manager for Eastern Shore Land Conservancy. We have 287 easements on 48,000 acres of land from Cecil County below the canal down to Dorchester County. So we cover quite a lot of area. I will say probably 75% of those lands are in agriculture, but we do have some forest as well. And I'm here today not only to really, because I wanted to learn about what's happening to our forests. We get out to our lands every year. I do meet with the landowners, the property managers, and so it's a great way for me to get out, meet with them, and also to teach them of what I'm learning here. I do work with the forester, Scott. I have like a long list of plans that I need him to write for some of the easements we have. So I think what's really great is me, again, just educating our landowners about these challenges that are coming. So.
Are most folks here aware of what a conservation easement is? Anybody here who does not really kind of understand? Okay, I think on the Eastern Shore there's so much of this that the educated audience, but I just wanted at least to ask that question.
I don't fully understand it, the benefits.
Why don't you give the short...
oh, sure. So a conservation easement, it's a legal agreement. It's a document. It's between a landowner and a land trust or another type of entity, a government entity. And the basic goal is to take away the development rights. It's to keep land open for preservation. With that said, there are reasons why we preserve certain landscapes, and those are conservation values. And they could be in the form of agriculture, especially on the shore, forested lands, waterways, scenic values. There's certain things that we look at when we visit a farm or a natural property to see if it works well to have an easement. And then the landowner does the easement, there are incentives. So there's tax incentives, and then we also have money sometimes to purchase easements, and so those are both popular. And I have some folders in the back that explain that.
Hi, I'm Marianne Pettis. I'm her counterpart down on the lower Eastern Shore. So we are in Wacomico, Worcester, and Somerset County. We have 118 easements, 20,000 acres under easement. And a number of them are forested, not the majority, but quite a few. And we do require a forest management plan, so I'm working with the landowners and the foresters to get that in place as well. So anyway, the same is true for us as the Eastern Shore Land Conservancy. And I do have some information as well, little brochures and whatnot. We have a toolbox for landowners. You can look at the different programs available and see if that might be something you'd be interested in talking to us about. Anyway, we're here to answer questions if you have any.
If I could just add one thing that the ladies have said. A lot of times the easements do not preclude you from managing your woodland. Sometimes they do, but more times than not, you're still allowed to manage your forest land even though it's under an easement. Is that correct?
Oh, absolutely. You work your management plan that a lot of our forests are working. We're trying to preserve working landscapes, be it cropland or the forested landscapes. But these are working farms. Certainly, timber harvest is part of that.
And when you craft an easement, it's really between the landowner and the land trust to make sure it works for both parties. I probably have a small handful that say we don't want this to be timbered, and but it does still then allow for some management.
Anybody here have an easement on their property?
We've got one of our landowners back there.
Yeah, you know, I've been in forestry a long time now on the western side of the bay, and but for a lot of land, you know, maybe less pressure here, but for the future of forest land that could actually be managed, you know, easements are a definite option, because otherwise the land tends to get subdivided and parcelized into smaller and smaller pieces, and that's a real problem. But yeah.
What's the phone number for Talbot County?
For the forest?
I'm sorry, easement.
Talbot County.
Yeah, so I'll give you a packet.
There's the, yeah.
Yeah, we're the lower church. Your stuff is
Yeah,
empty, Megan.
Yeah, I'll come and see you after this.
And they have some information over here, and I encourage you to contact all the speakers. Actually, I don't actually have a list. I guess they're not, contact information is not on our agenda sheet, so.
I have cards back there if you want. Please take them all.
John, for any of us that work for the state, it's just usually our name that's period in between and at maryland.gov.
So what I'm going to do is, once we get these processed, I'm going to post these on our YouTube channel on our website at extension.umd.edu/Woodland. And we have all your emails, and I'll send you out an email indicating they're available. And the other thing I wanted to add is that has anybody here on our mailing list that gets our branching out newsletter? Anybody who gets it, hold a hand up. So just a few folks. So we put out a quarterly forestry newsletter called Branching Out, and basically it has articles about stuff we've talked about here, new information, new programs, as well as upcoming educational events. And so I'd like to put you on that so you receive that quarterly newsletter, an electronic notification. And basically, we don't sell our newsletters. You're not going to get any boxcar Lily records or stuff like that. And you could easily unsubscribe if you want, but I think this is it's a good educational tool. We put a lot of effort into it. We have some of our older newsletters here. And I guess the way I usually pass around a sheet of paper, I guess I'd ask is if you don't want to receive that, if you could just let me know, and I'll make sure that you do not get added to that list. But I think you'll find it of value, especially as all this stuff with EAB develops. That's how we get that information out. So it comes out quarterly, and it's just a link to the newsletter. So we are time for other questions. Yeah.
This is a side note. I need to plant a tree that's going to have pretty leaves on it in the fall. Red flowers, red leaves. What do you suggest?
Red maple?
I got a sample over here.
You mean on the eastern shore?
No, blue and apples.
Oh.
Sugar maple is.
Sugar maple is, but it has to be more upland.
Sugars tend to have a goldish, yellowish leaf. They make red maples. They have hybrid red maples, like crimson red. If they want a real bright red leaf, that's what I'm doing. Sweet gum, which is a native species down here.
Yeah, it's real red.
Leaf in the fall. Yeah.
You can get varieties so that you can buy varieties of sweet gum that don't have the dingle balls on them. Yeah. Yeah, black gum has nice red leaves in the fall. I'll let Sarah answer that.
There are people who get very specific about regional seed source and plant source. And if you're working on a restoration project and you really have specific focuses, you want to try to keep it within that area. If you're bringing something from Virginia that also goes in their area, it's generally not going to travel unless it has the debt filing issue of transfer.
If you're going to China, take something of ours over there. Yeah. Any other questions for any of our speakers or any of our speakers who want to mention anything else that may have been overlooked? Yes.
I want to also continue kind of preventive treatment for ash borer. For instance, can you treat the healthy trees on the perimeter
No, not really. I mean, and the problem, I don't know if I stepped out for a minute, but if Collie mentioned this, the cost of treating trees is not cheap. You know, it's about $8 to $10 a diameter inch. You know, if you're injecting, and you're talking about that every 2 to 3 inches. So, you know, if you got a 20-inch, diameter tree, you're talking probably close to $200 maybe to treat that tree. Then you're going to be doing that every 2 to 3 years. So this is only really something that's going to be more for those trees around your homes, you know, specimen trees you really want to protect. Yeah. All right. That's about it. So I hope this was a useful venue, and it was a good turnout. Appreciate you all coming, and like I said, we have your emails, and you'll be receiving a message that I put you on for our newsletter. And again, if you don't want that, please let me know. You know, it might hurt my feelings, but I also will be sending out to all the emails that we have when the stuff is ready to be posted, so that you can review something. And I think what I'll do as well, if it's okay with the speakers, is I'll have a list of the speakers with their emails, so that you can easily perhaps contact, even though they are in, most of the speakers have it on their presentations. Just maybe, hopefully I'll remember to do that. Yeah.
I did have one question, and it just popped back into my mind because I've been trying to pull this up. Are you all having some good communication between other states? Because I mean, this started way out in the Midwest, and now it's come here. And when I go on the internet and I look at various universities and other states and their forest services and so forth, there's a lot of literature out there, and I'm just wondering, is the education
On what? You mean on EAB particularly, or are you talking about?
EAB
Yeah.
and is that information really being shared between universities and states so that they can take advantage of it?
Well, yes, and the first place that really got hammered by this was, you know, Michigan and Ohio. And actually, they've provided the lead. They're the lead researchers in this. And Collie and I actually went to they have a biannual, which is biannual, used to be annual, EAB research conference in Ohio, where there's a lot of grad students and other researchers working on this to share that information. But, you know, the thing of interest, if you look at that draft fact sheet we have in there, is that the talk about green ash and Carolina ash, you know, there's a lot more of that stuff down in Virginia and North Carolina. So what we haven't done really is I've started to make an effort to contact those universities and others down there, because I'm not sure they've even thought about this. Because the impacts are going to be, we have a relatively small amount of this stuff compared to those range maps that you looked at for those other species.
I think our wetlands are going to be hit first because they don't, in Michigan, they don't have these.
Yeah, they don't.
Wetlands like the Chesapeake Bay or South Carolina, North Carolina, New Jersey, they all have these systems. And it just, we got started first with Prince George's County, but it's already in Virginia on the western side of the state, and it's moving towards the James and the Rappahannock River, and they do the same thing. So it's, we're kind of, nobody knows what can happen in these wetlands.
But I realize that, but I'm not sure with the whole wetland thing, because most of the emphasis I have seen has been in more of the urban sector and the residential sector. That's most pesticide recertification conferences and stuff. So that's my only comment. You're right. Yeah, a lot of it's shared, but yeah.
Yeah, and Jonathan, so we've been working with both the Delaware and the Virginia Forest Service to see how we can kind of do cooperative work on the eastern shore, since we share a lot of rivers and things like that. One of the things that we're hoping to do is to get together maybe like an email listserv or something that people can join on to, so, you know, no matter what state you're in, you know, we can kind of share information, what's going on, where are people doing treatments and things like that. So I can take your email address and, you know, as that develops, like, want to be part of that.
Okay. Good comments. Is lunch out there? So if you could do me a favor, just fill out that orange sheet and leave it on the tables before you go, and then you come back here, eat lunch, do whatever, and have a great day. Thank you.